Hey, welcome to the Taniesha Westbrook Show, where we're diving into the hottest stories in marketing, branding, and business. We're spilling the tea, exposing the clapbacks, and putting you on to partnerships that are making waves. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a content creator, or you're here for the vibes, this is the place to be. Let's get into it. All right, so let's kick things off with the Clapback Chronicles, where brands are getting called out left and right. First up is Heinz Ketchup. Okay, so let's get into it. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. The headline is Heinz apologizes for racially insensitive ads. So let's talk about it. If you haven't seen it, Heinz came out with two new campaign ads coming up for like Halloween and fall season transition. The first ad, you have a bride, and then you have the groom and the groom's family, and then you have the bride's mother. Okay, do y'all see what's missing? Do you see what's missing from the ad? Apparently, black brides don't have fathers. And that was the sentiment that people took from this. And then they wrote out another ad. Now, take a look at this one. All right. So, in this particular ad, this was for, I guess, this was for Halloween that's coming up. And apparently, the marketing team over there wanted to pay homage to the Joker character. And so they had, three different people take photos with the smile, the ketchup smile. Now, the problem is the black person in this particular ad, they kind of look like Sambo. Like it was giving not very culturally sensitive. And they received additional backlash on top of the backlash that they had already gotten. So, in the span of a couple of weeks, Heinz is getting all of this negative press. So, of course, they issued an apology. And by the way, these ads were released over in the UK. So, they're over in London. Okay. They issued an apology and they pulled the ads. So yeah, I want to know what y'all think about this because as you can see, like people were upset. So especially with the narrative like that, black fathers just don't exist. I'm a proud product of having my father in my life. There's definitely some stereotypes that were going on in this ad. And the takeaway here as a business owner really is that whatever campaigns you're doing for your business, you want to make sure that you are, of course, being culturally sensitive. However, just have like different people's perspective when you're planning and executing these marketing campaigns. Like you want to have a diversity of thought, you want to have a diversity of experiences. And then the best thing to do, child, is to go ask your customers, go ask your target audience, like ask your people, is this something that y'all rock with? So Heinz learned the hard way, but let's move on to the next company, the next company who's been facing backlash recently. Do y'all use Canva? Y'all know what Canva is? It's like the biggest platform right now for people who are entrepreneurs, small business owners, nonprofits, and schools. It's a go-to place for marketing stuff, right? For your flyers and all of those types of things. They found themselves in hot water recently. So when I first started using Canva, I don't know if y'all remember back in the day, you basically had the free version and the pro version. And you could add as many people to your team that you needed to, and you wouldn't get charged extra for it. As a Canva customer, that pretty much went on from when they started until earlier this year when they decided to hike up the prices. So take a look at this. So Canva recently acquired another company. Like they acquired a company that's maybe similar to like Adobe, Photoshop or something like that. So their revenue, like their annual revenue was around $120 million. Well, they had this plan to make their income go up, increase their revenue to about $500 million annually. So the way that they decided they were going to do this was to change the pricing for Canva. So you could go from, say, if me and my team was using Canva and we spent, $20 a month, now all of a sudden I'm paying $150 a month. Or there was this example of like this person who runs a company. He started off paying $160 a month for his team, and now they wanted $500 a month for the app. And what people are saying, what the customers are saying is that we did not ask for this. Like Canva, before they decided to roll back the prices because they got all this backlash, they were actually trying to stand on business and say, well, we've added AI, we've added all these extra features, and so the value that we're providing, y'all need to pay for it. And the people said, we said no. We said we didn't ask y'all for AI. We didn't ask y'all for all these features. We don't even use the features that we got now. So why did y'all decide that y'all were going to hike up the prices? Well, anyway, Canva recently sent an email out, and I'm going to show y'all because I got, look at this. So this is the email that I received because I use Canva. But they said that they rock with their community and they heard our cries and they rolled them prices on back. And so everything is back to the way it was. This is a good lesson learned for not only Canva, but you as a business owner. Don't go out there making all these major changes to your business and you haven't talked to your customers. You're going to learn the hard way like Canva. Moving on. Never mind. Not my clicking one clicking. Okay. Now, let's transition into industry tea. This is where we discuss real information that business owners need to know. So first up, let's start with this. Look at this headline, y'all. Most video B2B ads fail to gain adequate attention or drive recall. So let me give y'all some context. LinkedIn and this company called Media Science did a study, and they found that 81% of people who watch B2B ads, so this is a study about, I think it was about 720 people. They did this study and they found that 81% of those people did not remember what ad they were watching, and they couldn't even match the brand to the video that they were watching. And that is horrible. I work in the industry, and behind the scenes when I'm working with nonprofits or these companies that are in the B2B space, their marketing is dry, okay? It's dry, it's boring, and they think that that's okay. And so now it's this research coming out, and the research is saying that people are not tuned into what y'all have been doing. If you are in the B2B space, then it's time to really get creative. Video ads are still relevant, and they're still the best way to connect with customers when you're building a brand. So y'all got to spice it up. We got to bring some personality out. You really have to start connecting and building community as a business owner, whether you're in the B2B space or not. Times are changing, and they have short attention spans. They are getting hit with, all of this content online, and so you have to find a way to break through. But that's not all. Let's talk about Channel 4. Check out this headline. So Channel 4 recently did this announcement, and basically they're saying that they're in the middle of two transitions. And they're in the middle of these transitions because their traditional ad revenue, so if you don't know how the news works, and a lot of platforms work, you get paid from advertising dollars. Channel 4's revenue from their advertising dollars, like traditional advertising, dropped, but their revenue that they've gotten from digital advertising and moving into like a more digital space has risen. 27% of their revenue is from digital advertising and digital marketing. And that is like a huge wake up call for all of these businesses that are focused on traditional marketing means, news, radio, all, these types of industries where newspapers, written articles, a lot of these things in a way are dying out. And so these companies are trying to find a way. Well, they're pretty late in the game, but now they're switching to become more digital. And this story is important to me because, as a Black woman who owns a business, and I'm constantly working with Black entrepreneurs, Black creatives, there's a fear of technology. There's a fear of moving your business from a traditional model to something that is more digital. And Channel 4 is an example, y'all. They telling y'all that it's time to make the switch. They were losing money. And if somebody up there, the powers that be upstairs, were smart enough to start switching to digital. And now it makes up almost 30% of the money that they have coming in. So tell me what y'all think about that. Last but definitely not least, let's talk about brand besties. This is where we discuss brands that team up and talk about partnerships and cool collaborations when it comes to content creators and influencers. Did y'all hear this? Take a look. Chanel has recently appointed Lupita Nyong'o a brand ambassador. This is super dope, y'all, especially because we know that when it comes to, these major brands, we don't get a lot of diversity all the time. What I love about this is that, Fashion Week just ended. And I love to see these brands embracing diversity, of course. So the takeaway here is to just make sure that you're thinking strategically when you're partnering up. Chanel is right now, they're focused on refreshing, it looks like, their association. So they have some new partnerships with some, I guess I would say, non-traditional brand ambassadors or brand ambassadors. They have some new girls in the mix when it comes to their brand ambassadors. So we love to see it. Tell me what y'all think about this, though. Are y'all still rocking Chanel? I don't know. Speaking of iconic partnerships, are y'all on Tinder? Now, I'm taken, right? But I do remember Tinder. I've never been on the app, but I think they did a really cool partnership. This headline says how Elf Beauty and Tinder matched up for a mutual swipe right partnership. How cute is that? That's so cute. Have y'all heard about this? Take a look.
Mentally spiral over all the first date what ifs until we don't want to go anymore?
Right.
Bro coin, content, grind coin.
Olivia?
Mark? My ex? This is ridiculous. But what if they... No.
So this is Elf Beauty. And, if you are one of the girlies that uses like the beauty supply store, Walgreens, CVS, one of these girls, about Elf Beauty and the products. I got a couple of their sprays and stuff, some quick on the go. I think it's a match made in heaven. Like, they did a good job putting this together. This is a cool, strategic collaboration. The majority of Tinder users, like the people that are actually on the app, are the ages between 18 and 30, which is a very similar demographic to the people and the girlies who use Elf Beauty products. A cool way to refresh and repackage their items. If you are not familiar, Elf has like the little black bottles with the white words on it. So it's not spicy at all. So this was very strategic. I wonder who they have in the marketing room. Who is on the marketing team and who decided that this would be a good idea? Kudos to you, because I think this is a great partnership. Tell me what y'all think, though. Would y'all have guessed, putting these two together? Because I didn't, but I like it. Last story of the day. And finally, let's wrap this up with the Beyonce and Levi collaboration. Now, have you seen these ads? Why Levi CFO backed a Beyonce ad campaign? And they are super cute. Beyonce is walking around in her Levi G's at the laundromat, child. She is at the laundromat and she decided she's going to wash her jeans at the laundromat. I think it's a cool commercial. And again, when it comes to strategic partnerships and marketing, this is the perfect time for Levi's to partner with Beyonce, especially um, especially on the heels of the Cowboy Carter album and the song that Beyonce put out. I think it was called like Levi Jeans or something like that. I really think this article is interesting because he's justifying the partnership, which I don't know why you got to justify working with Beyonce, but yeah, he goes on to talk about why this was such a great match. Kudos to Beyonce for landing this partnership on the heels of her album. And what I also found interesting about this collaboration is what the CFO of Levi mentioned. So Levi is known, predominantly to be for men, like it's a male dominated brand. And what they said was they wanted to get into the market of women. These days women are big business. If you don't know, women are big business, especially Black women. The CFO said that, typically in some of his other roles, and I can't remember what companies he worked for, but say, some other big companies, they looked at marketing as a expense, right? And this is a lot of companies look at marketing as an expense. And even I can back what he's saying because, again, with me working in the industry and doing consulting, a lot of times people are just not wanting to invest in marketing. And so what he said was people don't look at marketing as people look at marketing as an expense and not as a growth hub. And he decided to take the opposite approach. They are being very strategic about partnerships and marketing creatively. Yeah, Levi's been trying to really grow the women's side of their business, and so they have a $2 billion company. And now that they've added Beyonce into the ecosystem, they're really focused on the growth in the women's category. They're on the right track. Sales for this particular type of jeans, like Levi jeans for women, they are going up. So the partnership, it might be working. It might be working. That's it for the Taniesha Westbrook Show. If you enjoyed the tea, make sure to subscribe and come back next week for more stories to help you get your creative business on point. Stay fearless, stay creative, and most of all, boss up. See you next time. And